Hi, and a very warm welcome to Wellbeing Mission Control. I'm Greg Parry, I'm a wellbeing specialist. And if we're talking about developing our real potential, there's an interesting area of exploration that I've been discussing with people for more than 2.5 decades. And it's this idea that there is far more to us than we might imagine. You know, we're largely shaped by our early childhood conditioning. It's the way that we are deeply impressed with all sorts of early conditioning, emotional frameworks that determine how we think and feel and behave for the rest of our lives. Makes us more socially acceptable. But one of the issues with this particular form of conditioning that we're all subject to experience during our childhood is the fact that it sets limits, not just in terms of our ability to find success, to achieve our goals, to fulfill our dreams, but in terms of developing our real potential as individuals. And this is an area that I find quite fascinating because we seem content to live within those limitations, which were effectively imprinted on us when we didn't have much say in the matter, where we had very little choice. And yet we can continue with that kind of foundational programming for the rest of our lives. No wonder people feel dissatisfied. No wonder so many people feel that something's missing, but there is so much more that could be achieved. And this brings us to the subject of how do we break free from this conditioning? How do we set ourselves outside of these limitations? It's not just for achieving our goals and discovering what success can really mean. It's about developing our sense of self in terms of greater happiness, a stronger sense of fulfillment. It has a direct impact to our health and well-being. So these are really important subjects. And the strange thing is that the person that you look at in a mirror is far from the complete picture. There's far more to you than you might imagine. Because once we step beyond the masks we wear and the roles we've been taught to play, there's a whole universe of potential to discover. Learning how to relax your body. Yeah, I'm serious. It's amazing how we retain a huge amount of muscular tension from all the impressions we've received, especially during early childhood. Learning how to unlock that tension can be very liberating. But learning to question why you feel the way you do, being willing to investigate how you arrive at the thoughts and feelings that flow through your mind all the time, learning to stop and breathe and just take a moment to pause and consider, what is this huge stream of information, the thoughts and feelings, the stream of consciousness flowing through your mind? Perhaps it's not from you at all. Perhaps these are ideas and thoughts and feelings that have been imprinted on you, like it is for the rest of us, from early childhood. My only question is, does it work? Does it give you the kind of satisfaction, sense of security, creativity, fulfillment that makes life a much more pleasant experience? We've spoken a lot about mindfulness because it's a great way to help you to interrupt the flow of your thoughts and feelings, and it gives you a little space in which you can choose, you can decide what kind of thoughts and feelings you'd like to experience. And that's the beginning of changing some of the programming that you've been set up with from early childhood. Now, it doesn't have to be a huge change. In fact, very small, almost microscopic changes can have deep and rewarding impacts on the quality of life because you're changing the way you perceive the world. You may see much broader possibilities. You might see greater opportunities for health, happiness, well-being, even success. But ultimately what you're doing is you're reducing some of the drag, some of the resistance that we conventionally experience because of the roles we play, because of the limitations that are placed upon us. So that's my suggestion for the day. What do you think? If you have any comments, suggestions or experiences you'd like to share, feel free to get in touch. I really appreciate the feedback I'm getting. And whilst I'm looking forward to being back with you tomorrow, allow me to wish you a wonderful day.